abusing women, or indeed women domestically abusing men in whatever form, sexual, physical, verbal, emotional, psychological, financial, whatever it may be, it is heinous. There is no place for it in what we believe to be the civilized society that we are striving for. So let me just put that marker in the ground before I then go on to say this. There is a noticeable increase in women making false allegations of domestic abuse, in my experience, in family court. It is a great way to progress your case. It is a great way to access the legal aid system and thereby be able to appoint solicitor and barristers and full legal representation to look after you. But the price you're paying for that is your integrity. But there is a noticeable increase, and people will cry out and say, how dare you say that? But I say that because it is true. I say that because unfortunately there is this pattern of abuse, but the abuser is not the husband who is being accused, or the father who's being accused, or the former partner who's being accused. The abuser is the mother, who is using the heinous act of domestic abuse to further her case, whether that be a child case or whether that be a financial case. Things are being said, events are being suggested, incidents are being suggested that just have no basis in truth. And they're using the legal aid system in order to fund their court proceedings, and they're using the police in order to substantiate the allegations they are making. To give you an example, to give some weight to the comments that I'm making here, which people will be offended by. In the last 12 months, we are a small practice working in family court. So, but in the last 12 months, I have had 17 of my fathers, dads, clients who are fathers or dads or husbands. I have had 17 of them arrested as a result of allegations by the wife or mother or former partner. And of those 17, all 17 have had those allegations and investigations dropped with no further action. All 17 have been so. Now, I am not saying for 1 minute that everybody who gets arrested and then gets NFA'd, no further action by the police, is innocent, because I am sure they are not. But what I am saying is we are a small practice, and 17 of my clients in the last 12 months have been arrested as a result of alleged allegations of abuse by their former partner's wives or the mother in a party. Aside from the inconvenience of being arrested, it is the emotional trauma that comes with it. It is the stigma that comes with it. Because invariably, and in fact in the case of those 17 men, each one of them, barring one from memory, each one of them were on bail for anywhere between a couple of weeks and a couple of months, until such times as the police realise that there is nothing to answer, and close the investigation with a no further action instruction. But each one of those guys, as I say, were on bail, and therefore we're dealing with the stigma of being on bail, because your family and your friends and your work colleagues are all wondering, well, there's no smoke without fire, is there? So maybe he is a domestic abuser. So it's the damage that is being done. The damage that is being done to parties who are entirely innocent and are being labelled as domestic abusers until such times as the police release the matter, and then the allegations come up again in family court and are possibly subject to a fact find. It is just a really unpleasant tactic, because what it does, aside from the damage it does to the party who has been wrongly accused, there is significant damage done to the credibility of women who have been domestically abused, and I condemn that with every fibre. But those women who have been domestically abused are being undermined by those women who are using domestic abuse as a weapon to further their legal proceedings.